Hello, I have Daiva from Lithuania here. Hi Daiva, how are you?
Hi, Yitka. I'm quite fine. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Tell me about the situation with coronavirus in Lithuania.
Oh, it's been quite a long time already that we have quarantine, lockdown, and we are trying to survive with that again. And the best part is that after almost 2 months, we are going on easing the quarantine.
Tell me what were the measures that the Lithuanian government took.
We have been wearing masks, for example, face masks, from the 10th of April, if I'm not mistaken. So, and basically all the events, recreational, sports facilities, whatever, like any shops were closed. If you can imagine, everything was just closed in a few days. The flights were shut down. Only some people were just coming back from further destinations, and you are not allowed to go anywhere. At the beginning, it was kind of a shock, I would say. Everyone was lost somehow because everyone, I guess, was afraid and not sure what's gonna happen. And the stores were flowed with the people, and then the government said, okay, uh, you have to not walk in groups. At most, you have to go by two if you are not family. Then they took measures even in the shops, like to mark this with signs, with lines, how far you can stand from each other. And the shops basically were working only pharmacies and like food stores. They have to have some hygiene requirements, gloves, disinfection, whatever measures you can imagine. So basically, everything started from the recommendations of home office and continued to your food supplies. And everyone was quite frightened about that. And at the beginning, there was some special goods that were out of stock because everyone was buying them. So
What goods were they? Like toilet paper?
it's like the classics, yeah, toilet paper and some rice, pasta, pickles, or something. So, like this way, everything a week or two, it became more normal because you can see that the shops are not closing, the food are everywhere. So, let's keep it calm.
And what about the mask? You said that from the 10th of April you were supposed to wear mask. Does it mean that if you don't wear it, you would have to pay a fine, for example?
So basically, what it means, like when you are anywhere in public place, you have to wear a mask. And if, for example, police officer would come to you and, for example, warn you of not wearing a mask in public place, and if you wouldn't agree on that, you could be fine. You could get fined. If it's like the first time, you could get about 250 euro. It's like the smallest case, but basically it ranges from uh, 500 to 1,000 euro. And for example, for some breach, if you are a legal entity, for example, cafeteria or something else, or you have some breach, for example, in your office or whatever. Can you imagine? It's from 1,500 to 6,000 euros, like this range. So, but I guess it's not the purpose of the fine, but of um, making people more aware of that, of the dangers, what it can give you. So basically, if you go to take your trash, you have to wear your mask. And if you go to store, you have to wear a mask. If you go to work, you have to wear your mask. And today I heard that maybe they will be considering to change it because of warm weather. For some people, it could be too difficult to breathe with a mask. So there are coming some difficulties with that also. But I really already kind of do not like that anymore. you know. But okay, it's for safety. For example, I was driving with a bike one day, and that was so hard, to breathe with the vest. So I really just look around if there is no people. So it's somehow better to choose the ways that you can go alone around. You
Yeah.
can try safer and get some weather, like breathe just normally.
Tell me if you can travel around Lithuania or if it is restricted or if it is different now and a month ago.
Yeah, since we talked last time, it was before Easter, and there was the only time, like 3 days. It started on the evening of Friday and ended on the evening in Monday, the second day of Easter, and there was like some limitations of moving around the country. Of driving, there was some posts, and they were checking the reason you are leaving, you are going where to do what, do you having a business there, or you are registered in other city, for example. So there had to be some reasons, but maybe because of that we have like a smaller numbers of cases indicated. So I do hope that we do not have to repeat that very fast, though. The Easter was not that fun, sitting alone in capital. So, but basically now you can move anywhere you want.
Oh,
But
that's
okay, with caution. With caution. Again, caution. You have to be cautious. But I heard the people are even going to see the sea. Oh, how
good.
nice would be holiday.
Can you go abroad?
Uh, indeed we can. I'm not sure about the exact date, but as I recall, there was some easing in phases. Like phase one, phase two, phase three of the quarantine that help you adapt, come back slowly from quarantine, also cautiously, but opening some shops. Maybe they will open the childcare services from the 18th of May, little by little. And then they were talking that Baltic states can maybe will consider opening borders from some time, but I'm not sure because we were told that on Wednesday they probably start arranging flights between Vilnius and Frankfurt and Vilnius and Riga. But as I noticed today, there was some noise in some portals in news that okay, maybe the Riga are not opening yet, but I'm not sure. But basically, you can easier move between like Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. At least that was the plan, what I heard. And when you, for example, come from Latvia, you do not have to self-isolate for 14 days, as it would be if you come, for example, from Czech Republic. Yeah, so, and maybe they involve also a Polish nationals. So that could be a little bit more movement between countries, but I'm not sure if I have the newest information, but they are going there somehow. And I do hope that it gets better.
And were there
So,
a lot of people losing their jobs because of it?
partly, yes, I heard also from the news that it is a problem, but I don't think that it was much worse than it was in 2008 when there were like the bigger crises. So, at least they call the numbers, but I cannot say from the mass perspective, but I can see from the people I know around me. So I heard a few that already lost their jobs because of that. Some people I know had to come back from foreign countries where they were working, because all like the businesses stopped. So there are some consequences. And have tighten your belts, it's not that easy. But maybe the things will start moving slowly for the better.
Thank you so much for coming to this interview and to tell me about the situation in Lithuania. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Yitka, for inviting me. It was nice to talk to you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.